Hi everyone, this is Shannon with Thermaltake, and today we're taking a look at the newest Core V-Series chassis, the V21. This is another cubicle chassis like we saw with the V1, but instead this one supports micro ATX where the other one supported mini ITX. So let's go ahead and dig into the specs and see exactly what makes this thing awesome for your next micro ATX build. Okay, now that we have it out of the box, the first thing we're going to look at is the Core V21. We have some special features we built into the front of this chassis. First of all, you can see that the logo looks quite a bit different because it's magnetic, so it can actually switch if you decide on a horizontal or vertical motherboard installation. That allows it to fully flip. Another thing is the side panel connections, or the front panel as you'd call it. It's right on the side of the chassis. It has your hard drive and power LEDs, your power button, your dual USB 3.0 ports, your headset and microphone ports, and then you have your reset button. And this can actually change location to better match as you flip the chassis. We'll be showing you that once we pull the front panel off. So let's go ahead and take a look with that front panel removed. Okay, and now that we have the front panel off, first thing I wanted to show you was we have some foam here. That's just like you saw before. It basically just uses as a ventilation medium, basically filters out your ventilation and keeps the dust mostly out of your system and just makes it much easier for maintenance. Then we have what gives you a lot of your ventilation, which is a 200mm front mounted fan. This can of course be pulled just like we did on the other chassis, where you can fit radiators or fans up front. You can fit 120 or 140mm based solutions. This one can fit 120 or 240, so you can run a dual 120, or you could run a single 140 right up front. Another cool feature here, as you can see, these rectangular pockets, there's 4 of them around the corners. That allows you to relocate your front I/O to be any location so that you can actually flip the front panel to better match the build you're doing so that you don't lose access to your front ports as you set it as vertical or horizontal for the motherboard placement. Another cool feature of the Core V21 is that it also has symmetrical panels, just like you saw on the Core V1. As you see here, it comes pre-installed with the window panel on the right side here, which will show you your graphics card directly, along with any liquid cooling you may have installed, even your power supply. But you can move that to the top or the other side, or if you're mounting the motherboard vertically, obviously you'll move the bottom panel, which has feet, to whichever side needs to be the bottom, so you truly can make this yours. So basically, as we remove this panel, you can see besides the window panel, which actually will be sold separately, so you can buy all windows if you want to and make this just a completely windowed case. However, you do want to keep in mind that there are certain airflow concerns. You want to make sure you don't block it off if you're, for instance, you're mounting radiators, which we'll show you shortly. But the other ventilated side panels, it comes with 2 of these. You can see it has all ventilation, and it actually has a magnetic fan filter in place, which peels up to reveal a huge ventilated area. And once you start to strip the panels off the chassis, you can see there's a lot of open area to work. Now comes a really cool part I want to show you, which is how we came up with a solution for mounting fans or radiators. So let's check that out right now. Okay, now for the V21, like we said before, we wanted to make sure this was a truly versatile option, whether you're talking vertical or horizontal motherboard mounting, and this includes your cooling, your fan mounting, your radiator mounting. So what we did here was we actually gave you modular rails for the radiator or fan mounting so that you can pull them out, mount them wherever you need, snap them into place, and this can actually be adjusted because there are multiple cutouts that will give you the distance, whether you're doing 120, 140, or even 200mm based. And these cutouts are not just on this side and the top. They go on the other side. They go pretty much any direction you'll need them to be able to get the cooling equipment where you want it. Now for drive mounting, you can see we have a cage down below. Now that's not all, but let's take a look at these first. You can see the cage. It allows a 3.5, or you have 2.5-inch mounting so that you can mount either type of drive you prefer. And there's 3 of them here. But there are 6 drive mounts total. Now let's flip around, look at the other side and see what we got going on here. And here we have the 2.5-inch drive mounts on the other side. This makes the other 3 of the 6 capable drives you can do here. So as you can see, you just remove 1 single screw. You can lift this drive mount away, install your SSD or your 2.5-inch mechanical drive, place it right back into its position, and you can see it has multiple holes along the way, so you can position them however you like. Place a screw, and it's pretty solid in place. Now there's another thing to note while we're looking in here. You have a huge CPU cutout, so that before you install your PSU, you can actually install your cooling, your backplate, all that good stuff before doing all your cabling, and you have plenty of room to work with here. Now moving to the rear of the Core V21, you have a 120 and 140 millimeter fan mount. You have 5 expansion slots and a pass-through for cabling or water cooling, and also another really cool feature we're going to take a look at right now. And I think the final feature to kind of round out the V21 would be something really special we wanted to do with this chassis. And that's these holes you can see along here, where basically it allows us to stack the V21 chassis together so that you can have, let's say, a water cooling loop built into one, basically like a water box sitting right above or below your system, just feeding your liquid cooling, so you can have a massive cool system here while not trying to shove all of your liquid cooling components into one key area. You can actually have an area above it. You can have an area with extra hard drives, even 2 systems stacked together, and they can be attached so that when you lift them, they're all basically one modular unit. And thanks for joining us on the overview of the Core V21. As you can see, it's an amazing M-ATX chassis, and if you'd like to join the discussion of this product or any others, or maybe just to get updates on anything new coming out or new events or even giveaways we have going on, feel free to join us on our social media channels or our TT community forums. Look forward to seeing you there, and thanks for watching.